Picture this, it's a bright, sunny morning on June 4, 2010 in Portland, Oregon. A typical day at Skyline Elementary School. The campus is buzzing with excitement for the annual science fair. 7-year-old Kyron Horman, a happy kid with glasses and a love for frogs, proudly stands beside his projector display about the red-eyed tree frog. His stepmother, Terry Horman, snaps a photo of him, smiling in front of his exhibit. It's a moment frozen in time, the last known image of Kyron ever taken. A little after 8 a.m., Terry says she watched Kyron walk down the hallway toward his first class. But he never arrived. By the time school let out at 3:30 p.m., and Kyron wasn't on the bus, his family's world shattered. Kyron, his father Kane, and Terry had moved to the area just months before. Kyron was described by his family as a gentle, loving boy who was a bit shy but also full of life. He loved animals, video games, and spending time with his family. His disappearance was completely out of character. So, what happened in that school between 8 a.m. and the final bell? The school day started, attendance was taken, and somehow Kyron was marked absent. No one at the school reported seeing him leave. No one saw him in distress. He just vanished. How does a child disappear from inside a school building, surrounded by hundreds of students and staff, without a single witness? The search began immediately. It quickly became the largest search operation in Oregon's history. Hundreds of volunteers, police officers, and FBI agents scoured the dense, rural landscape surrounding the school. They searched forests, creeks, and properties for weeks, but found nothing. Not a shoe, not a piece of clothing, not a single clue to suggest where Kyron might have gone. The school itself was searched top to bottom multiple times. Every locker, every classroom, every closet was checked, but there was no sign of Kyron. It was as if he had evaporated into thin air. The investigation soon centered on the last person to see him, his stepmother. Her story had inconsistencies that raised red flags for investigators. She told police she left the school around 8:45 a.m., ran some errands at different grocery stores, drove around for a while with her baby daughter to help her sleep, and then went to the gym before heading home. But investigators struggled to verify her timeline. Her cell phone records placed her on a rural road miles away from where she claimed to be. Things got even more complicated. A landscaper who worked for the Horman family told police that Terry had tried to hire him to kill her husband, Kane, about 6 months before Kyron disappeared. This was a bombshell revelation. The landscaper secretly recorded conversations with Terry for the police, but she never explicitly incriminated herself. During the investigation, it also came out that Terry had allegedly sent a friend revealing photos of herself and sexted with one of Kane's high school friends. These details painted a picture of a troubled home life, but they didn't prove what happened to Kyron. Kane Horman eventually filed for divorce and a restraining order against Terry, citing the murder-for-hire plot and his belief that she was involved in Kyron's disappearance. Despite being the focus of the investigation and facing immense public suspicion, Terry Horman has never been charged with any crime related to the case. She maintains her innocence to this day, claiming she has been unfairly targeted by law enforcement and the media. She even appeared on the show Dr. Phil, where she failed a polygraph test regarding Kyron's whereabouts. Kyron's mother, Desiree Young, has been a tireless advocate for her son, leading search efforts and keeping his story in the public eye. She firmly believes Terry knows what happened to Kyron and has pleaded with her for years to tell the truth. The two women have engaged in a very public and often bitter feud, each pointing fingers at the other. So, what are the theories? One is that Terry was involved, perhaps dropping Kyron off with an accomplice or harming him herself after leaving the school. Her questionable timeline and the murder-for-hire plot are the main pillars of this theory. Another theory suggests a stranger abduction. But how could a stranger get a child out of a crowded school unnoticed? The lack of any ransom demand or evidence makes this seem less likely. Could Kyron have wandered off on his own? It's possible. But the area around the school is rugged, and it seems improbable that a 7-year-old could wander so far that no trace of him would ever be found. Over a decade later, the case remains cold. The science fair photo is a haunting reminder of the little boy who went to school one day and never came home. Kyron Horman would be a young adult now. His family is still waiting for answers, still holding on to hope. What do you think happened inside Skyline Elementary? Was it someone he knew, or a complete stranger? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to explore more cases that continue to baffle investigators, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.